What's going on, guys? It's the One Round Record, and today we are here with the heavily anticipated Legendary Dragon decks. This has been, I guess I said, heavily anticipated because not only the crazy reprints it has, including one specific one that nerfs the price that it's been sitting at, it also comes with Mr. Big Anticipation card himself right here, which we will get into later. And as you can see, this time he's blonde and green. Dark Magician's color scheme seems to change a lot. His hair color and skin color can't really decide what color wants to stay. Sometimes he looks regular with like purplish black hair, or he's green with blonde hair. Or in the movie's case, Dark Side of Dimensions, he's black and white. So yeah, Dark Magician just decides whatever color he wants to be. But anyway, this has been heavily anticipated because similar to the Legendary decks of the past, like Legendary Decks 1, which had the 3 main Yugi decks he used outside of the one that's in this deck, this Legendary Collection deck box thing, and then Legendary Decks 2, which had Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey. They all had great support cards, reprints of other cards that are really needed, or really just brand new and, ooh, baby, surprisingly playable cards for a theme deck, I guess, or a structured. No, I believe these are more theme decks, but they're usually, if you get them out of here outside of the Yugi Legendary Collection 1, are actually kind of playable. Like the Yugi, Kaiba, Joey ones from Legendary Decks 2 were actually pretty good because it had a lot of the good Blue Eyes engine, which is actually still pretty good in today's meta, being October 2017. And then there's some good Dark Magician cards in there, not as good as what's in here. And then Joey was alright. I know Red Eyes is trying to do too much at once. So, but Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, the rank 7 Exceed isn't that bad, and actually can be used in Dark Magician. But anyway, this isn't just a Yugi Legendary decks. Although it has his Atlantean deck in it, it also has 2 other decks, including dragons, which I will show off in a second. As we move the box here, you can see the first other one is Cyber Dragons, used by Chaz and GX. And then on the top, we have the Odd-Eye Dragons used by Yuya and Arc V. I believe it's Arc V. Yeah, because Zexal, Arc V, and then V-Rains. Yeah. So yeah. And I believe this is the new card. That's really pretty cool. And then here's a reprint, but a different art of Odd-Eye's Pendulum. Or just Odd-Eye Dragon. I'm not fairly certain. I know some of the cards with Odd-Eye Dragons, but I can't name all of them on top of my head. I've only faced a deck like maybe once or twice. And then they kind of got nerfed a little bit by the links. But I think they can still play. Especially with the stuff that's in here. It might help them out a lot. Anyway, let's go ahead and read the back real quick before I crack into this. There's not much to read. Other than, there's a, right here. Remember to play Duel Links. Create your own dueling legend with Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game Legendary Dragon decks. Legendary Dragons of Atlantis deck with Yugi, of course. Let me zoom in here. We have Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Ebon Illusion Magician, which is a great reprint. We have an Ultra Magician's Navigation. We have the reprint of Dark Magical Circle, which is very useful. And Eternal Soul, which was only other printing, I believe, was in Legendary Decks 2. Then down here we have, I don't remember his big name, but we'll get into all the other ones as well. Here's Odd-Eye Dragons. So these are the kind of the main ones with some sprinkled here. But you can see the pretty Cyber Dragon Infinity right there. You know what I mean? Really good card. Anyway, and as it says down here, fully compatible with the cards you already own, which is something I really like about Yu-Gi-Oh! You can use cards from Legend of Blue Eyes all the way up to the most current set, which I believe is actually going to be Circuit Break in like a week. But right now, it's Firewall Dragon, the set that I suddenly can't remember the name of. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's get into this. I'm rambling for too long here. Let me cut off the plastic here, remember? Always carry a knife, but always practice knife safety. You don't want to hurt yourself or others. Just kind of some logic there. Especially you don't want to hurt your cards, too. You don't want to go stabbing into this with some actually pretty decent cards. You don't want to get them damaged. So, here it is without the Konami plastic on it. And overall, this is a really good box to look at. The art's beautiful on it. They always do good with their boxes and tins. That's one thing I like about Konami. That and their pachinko machines. Alright, so I'll slide that off, and I'll give you a view of the front here. Just careful not to know these out. We have Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, that's his name, and then Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. So, let's see here. I'm going to sleeve up all the important, nice hollow foil cards, and then I'll go a quick run through the actual deck itself. I'll actually put my sleeves right here, and I'll pull them to the side and sleeve them in a bit. I might at least sleeve the Dark Magician first. So, I'll go over the main cards here first, and then I'll do a quick rundown of the deck itself. So, we're leading off with the Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, which may or may not be a big player in making Dark Magician even better than already was. And with these releases, it makes Dark Magician a bit easier to play because they're not as expensive, because you can get these reprint cards pretty cheaply now because they're not going to be $30, $40+ like some cards have been. And with him, what he is Dark Magician plus 1 Dragon Monster, and that Dragon Monster is probably going to be Eye Timaeus. Even though Eye Timaeus is not searchable by Circle or Eternal Soul, one of the two. I think it's Circle. It's not searchable at all because it says Dark Magician Monster, not Dark Magician himself, so that cancels out its searchability. But if you run 3 in a Dark Magician deck, which is pretty heavily in searching anyway, you don't really have to worry about it. You'll probably see it. So, it might be a little rough, but I'm sure people can make it work. I'm interested to see how people are going to make it work, actually. Because I've kind of slowly gathered all the cards I'd need for the Dark Magician deck. I might just build it, because I already have Blue Eyes. Why not have Dark Magician as well? Anyway, his effect is this card's name becomes Dark Magician or on the field or graveyard, so it can be summoned back with Eternal Soul. Your opponent cannot target spells or traps you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this protects your Eternal Soul and your Dark Magical Circle. So very, very useful. He might be a bit tougher to get out on the field, but if you do, it's probably going to be pretty helpful. Then, of course, Apprentice Illusion Magician, not Ebon Illusion Magician, I'm sorry. This is the hype reprint from the Sudden Jump card that price has reached, I think before one of the regionals or worlds, something like that, it hit $100. So, this being reprinted in an easily obtainable box, very much, and in the same rarity as a Sudden Jump, kind of hurts people a bit who paid the high amount of money to get it, but now it's more accessible to everyone. Kind of sad for some people, but I think it's alright. Then we have Dark Magical Circle, the main spell card for the deck, which is very useful. Searches out some stuff. Eternal Soul, I believe this is an ultra rare printing. I believe it was printed as Secret before. I can't remember exactly, even though I opened that. So again, very useful. Magician's Navigation, special summoning a Dark Magician, and then one from your deck, and then one from your hand. And that's it. So I'm going to quickly grab some sleeves for these guys. And then I'll do a quick rundown of the cards they actually give you in the deck, and then quickly speed on into the other two. So I'm kind of regretting not holding on to my Eternal Soul that I had a while ago. The one from the Legendary Decks 2. I traded that off quite some time ago, probably for something for my Blue Eyes deck. But now it's a bit easier to get, I'm not too worried. I think I'll be able to, if I really actually build this deck, I can probably do it pretty easily now. And I have some of the cards for it anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Anyway, of course, the deck itself has Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, Magician's Robe, Dark Magician, 3. So you get 3 Dark Magicians. What? Okay, that's weird. Then Magician's Robe again, you get 2 of those. Why are they out of order like that? That's so weird. That's weird. Anyway, so I'll set these aside. We have Magician's Rod, 2 of them. It's 3 skilled Dark Magicians. Legendary Knight Timaeus, Critias, and Hermos. Breaker the Magical Warrior. As well as Magical Exemplar, Big Show Gardner, Absolute Crusader, and a second one. So those are all the monster cards. So I'll set these to the side here and make it a bit easier for me to scoot through these. Then we have Dark Magic Curtain. Illusion Magic, very good. Dark Magic Expanded. Dark Magic Inheritance. 1,000 Knives. Dark Magic Attack. Here's the Eye of Timaeus reprint. Again, the first one, originally it was like $40-some. Then the reprint knocked it down a bit in Legendary Dragons Unleashed, something like that. And now it's coming into common, so I was probably going to spike the price down even lower. As I said, you can see right here, it says Dark Magician Monster. Not Dark Magician, so it's not searchable. But still, I think it can be used pretty well. We got Fengacridius, Clara Hormos, Legend of Heart, Soldier Leading Light, Duality again. This card's been reprinted a lot. Reinforcements of the Army, always good to have. And then into the trap, so we have Dark Renewal, Crushed Card Virus, Mirror Force, Tyrant Wing, and that's all the traps. And for the extra deck, well, this extra deck is actually pretty hefty for theme deck. We have Dark Paladin, Amulet Dragon, Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, Doom Virus Dragon, Tyrant Burst Dragon, Mirror Force Dragon, Time Magic Hammer, Rocket Hermos Cannon, Goddess Bow, and Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. And as you can see, they have some cards that Yugi hasn't used, like Crush Card Virus, and then like Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. That's because this deck is released all the Legendary Dragons in it, so even though he didn't use these cards, they're linked to Legendary Dragons, so he is going to have them in the deck. It's kind of weird, but, you know, I guess they couldn't do... They probably did a smarter choice releasing them all in one instead of doing Legendary Atlantis Dragon deck with Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey again, because people would complain. And I understand they've been releasing a lot of Yugi and Kaiba stuff recently, from the Mega Tins 2 years in a row, mats for Comic-Con and stuff. I get it, I like them, but I know I want some more 5Ds love, man. Maybe some Yusei and Jack stuff, and Crow. Since we keep getting more Blackwing support, like Gofu and all that good stuff. Anyway, moving on to the GX era. I'm going to pull out the pretty shiny cards first, and then run through the deck. We have Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon with one Cyber Dragon and one monster in the extra monster zone. So it could be yours or your opponent's, which can be very good. Cyber Repair Plant as an ultra rare. Cyber Network. Chimera Tech's Rampage Dragon, which looks pretty badass if I had to say so myself. And then Cyber Dragon Infinity reprinted as an ultra rare, which is very nice. Cyber Dragon Infinity I use as well, and is also a very, very good card. I kind of wish the Cyber Dragon Novas in this got a rarity bump, or just were re-released at the same rarity. Having them released as commons is kind of sad. And the one I have personally is kind of beat up. I don't want to go out of my way to get a non-beat up one, but it is kind of sad seeing it is kind of dented. 'Cause I got it from somebody who didn't really know the value of cards, so they kind of had it beat up sitting in a not so good deck box, just rattling around unsleeved. Kind of cringy, but you know, whatever. Moving on. So the deck itself, we got Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon Zwei, Cyber Dragon Dry, another Cyber Dragon, another Zwei, and another Dry. Why, Konami? Why? This is not convenient at all. There we go. Then another Cyber Dragon, out of order. Cyber Dragon Core, one of the better ones. We got 3 of those. Proto Cyber Dragon, only one of those. 2 Cyber Valleys. 2 Cyber Phoenix. 1 Cyber Dinosaur. Cyber Elton. I've always thought his art looks oops. Oh, there's another one. I've always thought his art looked really badass, kind of like an old school video game boss. Which is just, I always liked the Cyber Dragons, even though I didn't really play them. I always thought they were cool, because robots and dragons together, please, and thank you. So we got Auburn Cyvern. And Machina Fortress, which is kind of just thrown in as a regular old boss monster. Kind of funny. For the spells, we have Cyber Repair Plant, 2 common versions. Cybernetic Fusion Support. Evolution Burst, 3 of those. It's kind of like Thousand Knives for Cyber Dragons. If you control a Cyber Dragon, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy that card. So it can be anything, but only 1. We got 2 Power Bonds. 2 Overload Fusions. 1 Future Fusion with its errata. Not as good as it used to be because it takes even longer, but still can be useful, I suppose. Limited Removal. Machina Armored Unit. And to the traps, we got Cyber Network Common, Cyber Shadow Gardna. And here comes the really good reprints. Storming, Quaking, and Drowning Mirror Force. All these are really good. This is one, returns all attack position monsters to the hand, traps them all face down, and sends them back to the deck. All very good reprints. They were definitely needed, so now that we have them, it's very useful. Cyber End Dragon, Cyber Twin Dragon, Chimeratech Over Dragon, another Cyber Twin Dragon, Chimeratech Fortress Dragon, Chimeratech Rampage Dragon, that's just a common, and then the 2 Cyber Dragon Novas. Again, I wish they were a higher rarity, but I guess they had to spare rarity somewhere. Side face. Anyway, I'll slide those there. And now we're getting into the most recent, the Yuya Odd Eyes deck, and with the brand new Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon on the front. Even though I don't really play pendulums, or by extension pendulum dragons like the Odd Eyes, I can respect how awesome they all look. Because again, as you guys can probably tell by now, I love me some dragons, blue-eyed or not. So, just all the arts on these have been beautiful. Especially with specifically these ones, because they've all gotten reprints with different art. Well, not all of them, but the main ones have, like Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Starving Venom, and Clearwing, I believe. And Dark Rebellion. Let me show off these in a second. I'm just going to throw them in the sleeve first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. We're leading off with Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, the brand new one, who has no actual normal effect, but his pendulum effect is pretty good. His scale is 8. When Odd Eyes cards you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Odd Eyes monster from your deck, hand, or graveyard, and you can only do that effect once per turn. So that can actually be pretty good. Then Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon with his new art, which looks absolutely badass. Starving Venom with his new art as well. Clearwing Synchro Dragon. I do love this art too. It's kind of weird since it's coming from the side. Actually, from this angle, you can really tell he looks super CGI. Kind of reminds me of one of the Cubic guys too, just from this angle. But again, still a pretty good card. And not as good as Crystal Wing, of course, but still a good card. And then Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, or XC Dragon, either or. So there's those. And do a quick rundown of this deck next. Oops, cat hair. Let's do this. Then we get Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, again as a common with the new art. It's very nice. Supreme King Dragon Odd Eyes. Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, which was originally a Soden Jump promo, I believe. So it's good to have 2 reprints of this. So we get 2 of them. Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon again. So, again, why is it out of order? Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. Then Performapal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, Performapal Odd Eyes Unicorn, another Unicorn, Performapal Skullcraback Joker, very nice, especially with 2. Performapal Rain Goat, Performapal You Go Golem, You Go Golem, 2 of them. We get Noble Dragon Magician, and 2 of those, and then Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon The Ritual, which looks pretty damn cool if I could say so. Then we get Sky Irish, very nice, 2 of those. Odd Eyes Fusion reprint, I have a nice, I think a secret rare sitting in my binder, so it's nice to have that. Odd Eyes Advent, Spiral Flame Strike, 2 of those. And then one of the most heavily excited and amazing is the Duelist Alliance reprint, 2 of them. Very useful, very good. If there is a card in the Pendulum Zone, add 1 Pendulum monster. Really? Add 1 Pendulum monster or Pendulum spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only activate once per turn. Very good card. Performapal. Pendulum Impenetrable. We get not 1, but 2 of those. Pendulum Storm. 2 of those as well. Pot of Riches. Terraforming. Always have to have this. Kind of surprised it didn't get hit in the ban list, but you know. You get 2 of those. Echo Oscillation. 2 Pendulum Reborns. And 2 Pendulum Switches. And then for the extra deck, we got Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Performapal Gatlin Ghoul. Supreme King Clear Wing. Supreme King Dragon Clear Wing. Man, these names are a mouthful. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. That's another good reprint. Kind of wish, again, this one, like maybe if it got a different art so it could be hollow, because I don't like how it looks not hollow. It needs to be shiny, but still good to have, Supreme King Dark Dragon Rebellion of long names, my lord. And then Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. And that closes out the 3 decks. All in all, this is very worth getting, especially if you're trying to build Dark Magician. Basically all the cards, specifically the holo ones, and even not like with Duelist Alliance, all are very good cards, very needed reprints. Just overall, this is a great thing to get. It's not super expensive, so if you can go out and get one, go and get one. It will help you out. And even if you don't use any of these cards, they're probably going to be a good trade bait. Like Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, I could see it being good trade bait. Especially Apprentice Illusion Magician, now you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get it. Dark Magical Circle, Eternal Soul, Magician's Navigation, the Cyber Dragon cards, maybe even specifically Infinity, because he's probably one of the better ones. And then Odd Eye's Arc Pendulum, because he's brand new and a pretty good effect. Especially, and then with the reprints, the reprint alternate arts of all the Odd Eyes cards. So all in all, as I said, worth getting. And if you like what you see, please leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content like this, whether it be Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. I do both, and I love to bring them to you. And hopefully tomorrow, on Friday, we might be getting some Shining Legends. I went to get it today. Today should be Thursday, and they couldn't sell it to me today. I guess a street date conflicts or something, so we might see that tomorrow. But anyway, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to focus on Yu-Gi-Oh! As I said, if you like what you saw, subscribe for more content like this. And comment down below what you like, what you don't. If you really like this, what are cards are you really hyped to get now? What decks are you going to build? Let me know. I want to communicate with you guys more. And other than that, I've been the One Round Ryko, and I'll see you guys next time.